everybody. It's been a long time. Brandon here. You might also know me as Biotic Platypus or Tripelliptic, but now I'm just going to be Brandon, unless I'm making music, in which case, most likely it will be Tripelliptic. Um, but hello to anyone who might recognize me from before. I have unlisted all of my videos, which I will explain in another video, but for right now, all I'm going to mention is that they are not gone and um, they will not stay inaccessible. I will eventually organize them into like archival playlists so that all of them will be uh, able to be watched, just not not like publicly searched. So yeah, now that we've got that out of the way, um, I'd like to come back and start doing shit again because I've been thinking about it a lot for a pretty long time, and a huge part of what was holding me back was the only thing I had to record with was my cell phone, which is dog shit because it doesn't have enough storage, so I can't make a video of any kind of length without it filling up the phone and then just cutting off. And also the microphone was horrible dog shit. So I was sitting around and I was like, hey, I have a Best Buy credit card. Fucking, let's just get a camera and a microphone. So I found this bundle. It was fairly cheap, discounted from its normally much higher price. And now I've got a microphone and a fucking webcam. So um, with that comes a lot of possibilities. And real quick, I just want to outline what I intend to be doing with this YouTube channel, and what you guys could expect if you stick around to watch what I do from now on. So the main thing obviously is I can just make videos now like this, if I want to talk about something. So I was thinking about doing stuff like exploring some of my favorite things, or maybe even some of my least favorite things, some of my most hated things. Um, like, oh, this is a classic favorite film of mine from my childhood. I want to talk about how much I love it. I could do something like that. The other thing is with this, and it seems like the software that came with this um, might be capable of doing game recordings, which I might test in a little bit after I'm done recording this video. I could go back and do some Let's Play stuff again, which I would try to not do nearly as much of this time around, just to tone it down a little bit because I ended up oversaturating and burning out last time I was, more actively using YouTube. So, I'm going to try to moderate it, but not let it, fall completely away from me because I did this bad thing where I would record for like 3 months, like every day, and then I would not record again for like 2 years, and then I would come back and be like, "Hey, I'm back again. Let's try not to have that happen this time," and then it would be like something equally or more stupid than that. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to make a minimum, for myself. Like, don't go more than this amount of time without making something, to keep myself from becoming too lazy, but without pressuring myself to make too many videos, because nobody's watching all of them anyway. And I'm going to be real for a second about how I intend my YouTube channel to exist. I am under no illusions. I don't think I'm like a Markiplier or a PewDiePie or something where I'm going to be this big guy raking in millions of hits and I'm staying on top of all these trends and stuff. That's not going to happen. Period. I don't intend to be advertiser friendly. I'm not pointlessly going to be, trying to be unfriendly, but like if I talk a certain way or if I have certain opinions, I'm not changing any of that. If I feel like saying milky cocksucker, I don't know why milky, but that just came to my brain. I'll say it. I'll say whatever I fucking feel like. That's what this channel is gonna be. I'm gonna do whatever I fucking feel like. If I want to, you know, I don't know. I'm terrible at thinking of examples right now. I'm actually really fucked up right now, mentally. I've had a horrible 2 decades, but very concentrated amount of awful feelings and things happening in the last like year. So I'm trying to kind of make a stronger, uh, push to kind of stay on top of, not letting myself become too withdrawn and, just kind of sitting around not doing anything. Because I do have a bad tendency to, even though I have access to a lot of things I could do, just like sitting around and being like, I don't want to do anything. Like, I don't want to do that. So I feel like YouTube is a good way for me to have something else to do when I don't have anything to do, if that makes sense. Like if I don't feel like playing a game, I could be like, okay, I'll just pop on the camera and talk about something for a while. That'll at least give me something to think about. Um, so yeah, ultimately, what I'm trying to say is my YouTube channel is going to be a place that is very honest and not trying to do anything. I'm not trying to pull in subscribers. I'm not trying to get views. I'm not trying to follow trends. I'm not trying to get advertisers, and I'm not trying to be advertiser friendly, and I'm not trying to get sponsors or any of that shit. If anyone likes my stuff enough that they want to help me out, or whatever the case, if you want to help me financially, you could just leave me a tip in my PayPal. That's as far as that shit's gonna go. I'm not gonna do any kind of membership crap or you know Patreon. Because even if I did a Patreon, I'm like, what would I even do? Like, I can't think of tiers and all that kind of shit. So I'm just keeping it real simple. I'm gonna make stuff when I feel like it and about what I feel like. I'm not gonna censor myself or filter my opinions in any way. Whatever you hear is my honest self. I'm not putting on a face for anybody. Um, so yeah, you can guarantee if I say something, I believe it. I stand behind what I say. And also, sometimes I change. Some of my old videos, and this is part of why I have them unlisted, I don't agree with anymore. So I feel like, you know, also keep in mind that if I say something and you're like, Brandon, you're really wrong on this one, make an attempt. Try to educate me. Because maybe I just didn't know enough and I made a snap decision, snap opinion. Form that shit too fast. Because I am receptive to criticism. So if you have anything that you want to tell me, shit. Sorry about that. If you have anything you want to tell me, feel absolutely free. I wholly welcome comments as long as they're not just stupid or inflammatory, or like being mean to people in the comments section. I don't like that kind of thing. Um, I like I want for my videos to be generally not something that people need to get worked up about. If you don't like me, then feel free to not watch my videos. But I'm gonna try to focus on making stuff that really isn't like divisive. I know I just said I'm not gonna filter my opinions or anything like that, but like I'm not gonna go out of my way. I'm not gonna make videos about politics. I don't want to do that shit anymore. I did that before, and quite frankly, it didn't do anything. It just people who agreed with me were like yes, and then people who didn't agree with me were like all caps opinion, and then they didn't listen to anything that anyone else had to say. So it was like, cool, glad a lot of nothing happened here. Um, Same thing about like when I talked about religious shit. Not doing those kinds of videos anymore. Um, Really, I'm just gonna try to stick to things that involve entertainment in some way. So film, music, video games, that kind of stuff. Where really it's a lot of opinions and none of it really matters at the end of the day. Like, if you want to get wildly incensed about my dislike of Pokemon, I guess you're free to, but don't you feel a little silly if you do? I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, I should fucking wrap this up. Because again, this is way longer than I wanted this video to be. This is even longer than the last time. And I was already like, this is too long. So yeah, I'm going to try to wind down, wrap it up here. So I guess really this is just a video saying I'm back. And I'm going to try to make videos regularly. But I'll figure that part out as I go. I'm going to try to make one a week if I can. And if not, one every 2 weeks is perfectly reasonable. I feel like that's kind of pushing it towards the other end of being too lazy, to the point where I might slack and not maintain a good energy and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, if you're tagging along for the new ride that this channel is going to take, I appreciate it, and I welcome again all comments. But if you're pointlessly inflammatory or just generally being a piece of shit, then don't expect to stick around. Because there's a difference between people being allowed to have free speech in my comment section where they're allowed to say something that's probably unpopular and just being a piece of shit. And I feel like I'm pretty good at making that distinction. It has a lot to do with how you present yourself. So, yeah, even if you think that what you're going to say is not, going to be the popular opinion, feel free to say it. Just word it in a civil way, is what I'll say. Anyway, I'm gonna link some stuff in the description, like my SoundCloud, for people who maybe didn't know I made music, or if this is your first time seeing me, then you could go check it out if you want. Fair warning, I made all of that music with a trash desk mic that is like really fucking old and shitty. So the reason all of my songs use like voice filters is to cover up how fucking god-awful the mic quality is. It's partially a stylistic choice because I like bands like Ministry and, Marilyn Manson and, any other number of bands that use like voice filters on some of their songs. But really it was a technological limitation. So if I make more music, I might not do that as much or as heavily because this mic seems considerably better. It's, still probably not perfect for musical recording, but I'll fuck around with it and see what I can do. So yeah, here's hoping that 2020 is a better decade for me than I've had in the rest of my life. I'm hoping to start a new job soon. Hopefully it works out. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So again, thank you to anyone who decides to stick around and see what I have in store, because I do have a lot of things I would like to do. And I don't want to make any promises, but one last thing I will mention is I would like to do a podcast, but obviously I need people that I can count on to be available, to record those kinds of things. And also people who feel comfortable doing it, because I have friends who... I guess you guys don't need to hear this part. I have friends who might be able to do it, but I don't want to promise anything. So that is something I would like to do, though. So just something to maybe keep in the back of your mind, that I might be doing that as well, because I love podcasts. So I think it'd be fun to have one. Anyway, bye for now, and we will try to have a video up relatively soon. Not sure when, but we will see. So everybody take care, and hope to see you back in the next video.